What is up guys, so today I was passing near the basement when suddenly rays of light lightened the big dusty box I could see from far away. Something got me curious about that box. When I opened it, I was brought back to my childhood as my eyes witnessed around 100 of PlayStation 1 and 2 video games. Some titles are well known, but some never got attention they deserve. Today I'll be showing you most underrated PS2 video games. I came up with top 5, so starting off with number 5. PlayStation 2 era did incredibly well in survival horror video games. Perhaps Obscure is one of very underrated titles that also has a sequel, Obscure Aftermath.
We finally get rid of mom and dad and you think I'm gonna sleep at home?
In Obscure, you can control 5 high school students in a typical teenage horror movie plot. Ashley, Shannon, Stan and Josh sneak into their school to find their missing friend Kenny, but among them are creatures which hold many dark secrets. I always enjoyed playing horror video games with my cousins like Amnesia: The Dark Descent, and this one makes it even more fun as Obscure has a 2-player mode that allows you to complete campaign with a friend, which makes it a more fun experience. Upon release in 2007, this game was praised by journalists as an excellent remake of original Tomb Raider. Anniversary still has a great graphics for a PlayStation 2 era game. I still remember the first level mountain caves in Peru, that beautiful snowy atmosphere and solving interesting puzzles to progress.
Not to worry, I'll find another way up.
Lara Croft is surviving through deep snows and intense cold, wearing only shorts. I mean, does this woman ever catch cold? Action looks very realistic as game controls are imported from Legend title and work way better than PS1 Tomb Raider. If you're not familiar with story, well, Lara Croft has to retrieve a mythical object called the Scion in isolated and dangerous worlds. The tombs are guarded by various creatures and others willing to learn the Scion's powerful secrets. SOCOM 3 is a third-person shooter game overshadowed by a golden age of first-person shooter Call of Duty. Back in 2002, first SOCOM made an impact as one of the best online shooters available on a console. SOCOM 3 continued the legacy but with few additions like much larger maps, 32-player online player and a quality single-player campaign. You play a squad leader of 4-man team of Navy SEALs. Your team can be commanded to follow you, move to a specific point and breach into a room.
What's the plan? Because you are better equipped. We want you to take out the lead vehicle.
3 campaigns will take you across different locations from North Africa to Poland. Faster-paced Call of Duty series made us all feel like toughest guys with faster reloading, the better, but in SOCOM you take your time to blow up bridges, rescue hostages and command your team. Storyline basically follows a typical day at the office for any US Navy SEAL saving the world from terror. Does anyone remember this game? Cause it's pretty awesome. Game location is London, a nice getaway from the American reflectors. I must say how all the characters are incredibly voiced by the actors, making them so believable with the British accent.
Evans, Her Majesty doesn't pay you to comment. You're paid to do as I tell you. That goes for all of you, right?
Another highlight is cool background music that plays in each mission, creating pretty cool atmosphere like you in one British action film, which I freaking loved. Critics might say that the gameplay has some issues like glitches or weird not logical actions, like when you arrest a criminal, he puts up no fight and other bad guys will actually stop shooting while you're doing this, like they're giving you an actual opportunity to arrest one of their guys. But I never realized this as a kid and absolutely loved this game. You can play as 3 protagonists, a cop Ben Mitchell, a boxer Eddie O'Connor and a teenage thief Sam Townsend. By choosing which path to take, players will make critical decisions that resolve the final outcome of the game. The game follows 2 stories that are happening at the same time. Sergeant Ben Mitchell finds himself pitted against some powerful elements of London's criminal underworld, while boxer Eddie O'Connor teams up with teenage girl to take a revenge on people responsible for his failed bank robbery. Due to similarities to Grand Theft Auto series, it is often labeled as a GTA clone. Have you ever watched the biggest sci-fi masterpiece, John Carpenter's The Thing? There is an actual game, The Thing, released in 2002 as a sequel to John Carpenter's film. The story focuses on Captain Blake, a member of US Special Forces team sent to the same Antarctic outpost from the film to find out what happened to the research team.
I'm gonna hide this tape when I'm finished. If none of us make it, at least there'll be some kind of a record. The storm's been hitting us pretty hard now for 48 hours.
You can give commands to your teammates such as repairing electronics, healing you, exchanging weapons, or make them useful in a fight against the enemies. This game was scary as hell when I played it as a kid. From creepy atmosphere to enemies that are moving very fast and can kill you anytime. Perhaps the most terrifying highlight is that your teammates can get infected and turned into terrifying creatures. At one point they are walking behind you, the next second you have a monster running towards you. You really get the feeling like you're alone in the middle of Antarctic, surrounded by these creatures and not sure should you trust your teammates or not. The Thing video game is like a third film that makes an overall trilogy. There is a film, The Thing from 2011, which is a prequel to John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982, and then you have this video game like a third film that follows events from Carpenter's film. Dude, I seriously wish this game was remastered or got a sequel. Just imagine playing it in modern graphics. This game was supposed to have a sequel that was in development, but it was sadly cancelled in 2003. So in conclusion guys, Sony's PlayStation 2 is one of the greatest video game consoles of all time, with over 3,800 game titles sold. I'm very glad that I grew up in 2000s when there were so many great titles released. I remember the days with my parents in a shopping mall while they were buying clothes. I, a little kid, was surrounded by huge shelves full of PS2 games, sometimes not sure what to pick, so I would just, buy a random PS2 games. The craziest thing is that most of the time I would be surprised how good they would be. That way I discovered so many great underrated video games. Thank you guys for watching this video, hopefully you found it interesting. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Do you know one of these underrated PS2 games, or maybe you know one that I missed? Let me know. See ya.
I have not forgotten him, nor the loss that you have suffered. Have you ever wanted for anything? Haven't I always taken good care of you?